Director General of Police T N Mohan on Friday said that the unauthorized sale and consumption of prescription drugs and not the narcotic and psychotropic drugs was a major cause of concern in the state.
Addressing media persons at the State Police Headquarters in Panjim on Friday, DGP Mohan said that there were narcotics and psychotropic drugs in Goa, but not in a huge quantity, and therefore Goa could not be called as a transit point for drugs. The major concern, he said, was the sale of prescription drugs, which was the concern for the state.
एक टूरिस्ट डेस्टिनेशन में होने वाले कुछ किस्म के जुर्में होंगे, उसमें तकरीबन सब जगह पे थोड़ी बहुत ड्रग्स का presence हो सकता है. If you actually see the drug catches of Goa police, you should not also forget that there is a presence of Narcotics Control Bureau also in Goa. If you actually see the drug catches, they are not the kind of big fear that we have had about drugs. What is of concern, though, is that they have captured what I call sizable seizure of what we call prescription drugs. Prescription drugs are drugs which we all should take seriously because they fall into the hard drug category and they are easy to come by because it is manufactured by the pharma chemical industries. So फार्मास्यूटिकल केमिकल इंडस्ट्री जो ड्रग्स को मैन्युफैक्चर करती हैं फॉर लेजिटिमेट यूज, वो ड्रग्स को स्पिरिट अवे करना, दाएं बाएं करना, इसमें ऑपरेट करने वालों को आसान होता है.
DGP Mohan said that last year's seizure of drugs weighing around 35 kilograms was considered as one of the biggest seizures by Goa police in the last decade.
Yes, there has been the presence of drugs here. The last year's seizure, if my friend would correct me otherwise, last year's seizure has been the highest seizure in probably made by Goa police. And it
was almost a decade. We had too many seizures.
The whole decade. And these seizures total to about 35 kilos if I am not mistaken. 35 kilo ki drugs, 35 kilo ki drugs mein maximum drugs were what we call the soft drugs. Ganja charas type ke the. It is still my confirmed opinion that Goa is not Mexico. Goa is not having the kind of mafia and seizures and the kind of lawlessness that actual drug brings with it. Goa has a nominal presence of drug as far as we see. It is a kind of whether Goa ought to be a consumption point. Goa cannot be a transit point.
Meanwhile, Deputy Inspector Om Prakash Mishra stated that the prescription drugs was a major concern for countries all over the world, while the state police had been working with the Food and Drugs Administration Office to curb the sale of prescription drugs in the state.
Paradigm shift in the drugs, that is very important. The paradigm shift is that the more and more consumption of these prescription drugs is coming to prescription drugs again. I mean, this has emerged and it is globally, you see, even this year the UN's basic concern was to address this kind of prescription drugs has become a major menace all over the world.